I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, just jamming with the boss. Recorded August 9th, 40 years ago, the first rock and roll show.
Back before he was a
lefty liberal lunatic. 40 years ago, my sister took me, man, to my first rock and roll show. I mean, I'd seen the Beach Boys and I'd gone to concerts with my parents, but that was it, man. That was the first big rock and roll show, Soldier Field, Chicago. 70,000 people just rocking. And it was a hot mofo of a day.
Were you?
Way back. I mean, Soldier Field, so you got to figure we were probably 2/3 of the way back from the stage towards on the side.
Yep.
Big, I mean, not great for sound, but just a very interesting vibe. And if I remember correctly, the tickets were quite cheap. They were like $20 or $25. And the beauty was...
that's $100 in today's money.
Well, at least. And the beauty was it was general fucking admission. So the scalpers got ganked. Walking up to the concert like 5 minutes before, people were trying to just give the tickets away. Give me $1. Come on, man. They thought it's like, you can't scalp general admission tickets. Come on. But of course, the general admission concept leads to a whole different problem with people trampling and all the...
Yeah.
So they kind of frown upon that now. Can you imagine a Taylor Swift concert general admission? My God, man.
Oh, my God. I couldn't. I mean, when I saw Ozzy last time, that was in a box.
The humanity.
General admission, please.
How close do you want to be to Ozzy, though? I mean, there's...
You want to be close enough that they're serving shrimp wrapped in bacon?
Can I have a little Prosecco, please? Yes, maybe a nice little cucumber water. That would be nice. Very, very good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Gene rocks out at concerts.
That's right. Damn straight it is.
Are you in the mosh pit? I am not. But a health check. How is your health, Gene? I know I got in your head last show.
Yeah, you did. You bastard.
Like it's a blood clot, Gene. It's a blood clot. Like, it's going to go up.
It's something really secret that's going to kill you overnight.
Right. It's going to travel up your body. And then when you least expect it, boom.
Exactly. Well, you definitely got in my head enough to get me to go to the doctor.
Well, see, that is tough.
Which I normally don't.
He's like, I'll be fine.
And the doctor had a nice laugh about it. Oh, no, it's definitely not a clot. You don't have a single symptom of a clot.
You're like, but
really?
I have the chest. I got the thing. I got the tightness.
The doctor's like, okay, so breathe really deeply and then exhale. And does it hurt more? No, it hurts the same. Okay, it's not a blood clot.
Like you have anxiety, son.
Yeah, it's about. I was like, yeah, I got a pesky podcast co-host is what I got.
Yes, have you been podcasting?
You got anything for that? You got a script for me to take for that?
Yeah, earplugs.
Exactly.
Takes care of everything. Right. Do two totally different shows much better.
Now, I will say that while they couldn't establish what it is that I had wrong with my foot.
Don't you love that?
They did say that if I have a history of gout, it is possible, though not horribly likely, for gout to appear in other joints and not just the big toes.
Interesting.
So you can get gout in your elbows, apparently, in your knees, and in your ankles.
The gout could just be moving around the gene ecosystem.
Well, I mean, yeah, it kind of is because it's carried by blood. So,
right?
It's
like, we've had enough fun down here in the foot.
Yeah, and it's, all gout is, and you know this, is it's just the, what's the scientific or the chemical term for it?
Isn't it a calcification of...
No, when you have a solid that isn't a liquid, and then as you boil off the liquid, the solid does what? It precipitates. That's the term. So all gout is a precipitate of uric acid.
But boy, does it feel good, I've heard.
Oh, boy. You feel it, all right. No doubt about that.
Gene's like, can you just cut off my foot? That would be better.
Oh, absolutely. Been tempted to do that more than once.
That's why you have the big saw there.
Saw, please. No, I have a knife for that.
Oh, well, you'd want to get a little bit of exercise in while taking the foot off.
I mean, what do you don't need a saw to cut through, dude. Come on, it's a joint. Have you never deboned a chicken?
Probably not, no.
You ever have chicken wings?
Yes. I mean,
a saw?
I've deboned it with my mouth. These motherfuckers will be ISOing that like, oh boy, that was funny.
There's the only thing holding two parts of a joint together is connective tissue. You don't need a saw for that.
I thought that was the stoner in their hand holding the joint together.
I probably is. Probably is.
I mean, the nice thing is, though, if you did have to cut your own foot off, you don't really have to worry about the disposal. You have the snake. You can just toss the foot in.
I mean, the snake is not going to eat my foot.
But if it did, it would be looking for more, and then you would have a problem.
But if it did, nothing would come out. Yeah. I mean, the snake is extremely efficient. The stomach acid of a snake is roughly 10 times more concentrated than it is in humans. So it has no problem dissolving calcium.
So if you want to get rid of a dead body, not advice, not medical advice.
Well, also pigs are better than snakes at that because they consume a much larger quantity. They have the teeth that can break bones into smaller pieces, and they will happily eat a human.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch you've watched the series Deadwood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just throw them to the pigs.
The Chinese guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want to be eating that mushu pork because half of it was guy.
Yeah. That's true. But pigs are very, they're total garbage disposals.
That's why they had them.
Good at that. Mm-hmm.
Back in the old West. And if anybody listening to this show hasn't seen the Deadwood series, you would love it.
Oh, it's a great series. It was one of the early HBO shattering the TV series kind of standards TV show. The swearing is next level.
Yes.
The nudity is pretty much out there. The racism is absolutely just right.
It's portrayed in a glorious way, though. That is.
And yeah. And I've been to Deadwood, and it looks exactly like that.
They haven't really changed much since then.
Well, I mean, it burned down twice. But
yeah, they keep rebuilding it the same way, I guess.
They do. Yeah.
They're like, it's got to look like the TV show, you see?
That's why it's burned down twice, is because they keep making it out of wood.
You got to make it look like the TV show.
Somewhere I have, or used to have at least, a photo of a melted phone booth in Deadwood. Because I was there about a week after the fire.
And phone booths actually melt, so it kind of looked like a sculpture of some sort. Like this is
Bakelite melts. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. It's one of those. What's that? The artist. We had the clock like that, a little portable clock sitting on the mantle. They kind of looked like it was
Salvador
melting.
Dali?
Yeah, the Dali clock. That's what I'm looking. See, I didn't have my B12 yet today.
Mm-hmm.
But that is exactly what I was thinking. But let me. Yeah, I've got a brand new Liquid Death, which is.
And how's it new?
What's a new flavor?
Oh, it's a new flavor.
It's called Serial Killers. Or no,
I love it.
Serial Criminal. And it tastes like Fruity Pebbles. And it really does taste like Fruity Pebbles. And it's only 15 calories. I know. I mean, it's very weird because you like drink
15. It feels like the calories are starting to creep up.
15, so 1.5.
Yeah.
The last one was 40, but it was a double-sized can.
I thought there were 10.
No, not the Liquid Death. I mean, maybe it's the plain water. I don't think they were ever that low.
Plain water is 0.
That should be.
You mean Liquid Death plain water?
Yeah. Was it delivered by Amazon? No. It was picked up at the local grocery store. Which I'm like, oh, it's Serial Killer. I mean, that looks kind of funny. The name sells it. Is it called CE? Yes.
Cereal or not S? Okay.
Yeah. No, so that's the funny part.
Yeah.
And this version tastes like Fruity Pebbles. Maybe there will be more. I don't know if anything else would work.
I like the Cocoa Pebbles more.
I would too, Norm. And for a cereal, I would definitely go with that. But then that just kind of tastes
Which
like
I haven't had for 40 years, but yeah.
with chocolate water.
The only cereals that I've sort of maintained eating more or less, although I haven't eaten it for over a year at this point anyway, but the only one I really kept eating as an adult was grape nuts.
Well, that was allegedly healthy. I mean, the funniest part about, and not grape nuts, that's a little bit more healthy, but the cereal that a lot of adults would think is healthy is Raisin Bran, and it's one of the least healthy cereals.
Pure sugar. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's raisins, man.
It is 50% raisin, 50% sugar, and 1% bran.
Well, you got to get that 1% bran to keep you moving. You got to keep yourself regular, not medical advice.
Well, and that's so grape nuts is really nothing more than toasted breadcrumbs from rye bread.
And nuts.
And there's no nuts in there. I've always liked grape nuts. There's no grapes and there's no nuts.
It's very confusing.
But it is toasted rye breadcrumbs.
You're looking for the grapes.
I always liked them.
You're looking for the nuts.
Yeah.
You're like, where's the grapes?
There was no grape cereal, like a true grape flavor one.
No, but you could get grape Kool-Aid, which would set you off on a whole different plane of existence.
Black.
Was that
what?
You had to be? Wait, I didn't.
What?
That was what? Who? No, grape Kool-Aid, man. So good. But again, I haven't had all this stuff in about 40 years, so it's different. Although Donald Trump is saving soda by making it out of, well, he's not making it out of, but they're all going to make it out of real cane sugar again. Woo!
Well, and also he's saving soda because people on welfare can no longer drink soda.
Well, not on the government dime.
Yeah.
It's like it's garbage food. Everybody understands this, right?
Yeah, oh, man, the number of videos shot by fat people on welfare bitching about how they can't get their candy and soda anymore. Pretty damn funny.
So go out and get a fucking job. Then you can buy it with your own money. Nobody's stopping you from buying it. The government's just saying, hey, this subsidy meant so you don't die of starvation should probably be used on fucking food.
I don't think anybody in the U.S. is in any danger of that.
Well, no. So we should probably get rid of the whole plan, right? I mean, if you walk into a fucking grocery store and you're over 300 pounds, you probably shouldn't be getting free food.
Probably not.
There should be a scale.
Probably get free healthcare, though.
Right. That's in a completely different line. There should be like, no, it just takes you right to that line. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like a free vaccine while you're here, sir?
Mm-hmm. Got the new fat vaccines.
They don't really work. I mean, they work, but the side effects, people, come on. No, they're great.
Because you lose weight. That's a hell of a side effect.
Well, I know you tried it and you didn't die, so I guess there's that.
I liked it, man. I'd be taking it if the fucking insurance company paid for it, but they don't.
The insurance company doesn't think you're fat enough. Is that the problem?
They don't. It's bizarre. A medicine that was developed for diabetics being abused by people who simply lose a few pounds.
Yeah, like 120-pound socialites.
For a fat dude with diabetes, the insurance company's like, nah, you probably don't need this.
Yeah, just get yourself a coffin, son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've done the math, and it's cheaper for me to die than for them to pay out health insurance for the rest of my life.
Yeah, we can't afford that drug forever, sir. So,
no.
Going to have to just get you to go right into this line here.
Man, that shit's expensive. How long's he got left to live?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, it should be coming down in price the more it is used and abused by everybody. It's like it's the usual thing. The more you make a product.
You would think so.
Soon, then you have a greater supply than you have demand. And then you're like, oh, we got to put this shit on sale. It doesn't last forever.
Yeah. And I'm just not buying into the whole argument like, well, if we don't make the drugs expensive, then we don't have the money for research and brand new drugs to cure things won't ever come out. I think it's a bullshit argument because it's not the fact that they can charge crazy high money for drugs that keeps them doing research, it's competition, which there's not enough of. What we need to do is break up the drug companies so they can only make drugs in one category. And that way we'll instill competition amongst the brands, because right now there's basically 4 companies that make 95% of all drugs in the world.
And what is the current regulation on how long it takes to get to the point to where somebody can make the generic version of it? Because that's where the competition comes in, because there is a period of time, right?
It really doesn't, because all the generic, there was a golden age of generic drugs about 20 years ago when you could see a distinct difference between the generic and the name brand pricing. However, the companies that make the name brand drugs got wise to this and simply bought all the manufacturers. And when you buy them, and I don't mean like the company, I mean like the actual companies that own the plant that makes the drugs. So when you own all the manufacturing facilities, it doesn't matter if someone wants to do generic drugs, because you simply don't contract your manufacturing out to them.
So would this be a case where it would actually make sense?
Generic drugs? Yeah, all the current generic drugs that you can buy, these are, yes, they are generic, but they are made by the companies that own the name brand. So it's kind of like, I'll give you an example. Like, I use what used to be Ryan Reynolds' phone company.
Mint?
Yeah, Mint. And Mint has always lived on top of the T-Mobile network, but it's charged roughly 1/3 the price.
Right.
And the reason they could do that is because they didn't do deals. So there was no where you get a free phone kind of deal. You're just paying for, for time. Your phone is your own responsibility. And it's all purely web and app based. So they really have had no spokespeople, no sales department, no stores, no overhead of that kind. And then T-Mobile bought them.
Right, because they were using our network anyway.
So T-Mobile paid several $1 billion to Ryan Reynolds, who is a billionaire, in not through his acting, but through his business acumen, and now has owned Mint for the last couple of years, and they still sell Mint for roughly the third the price of what it would cost you to get it directly through T-Mobile. And it's the same network and the same company. That's what's happening with generic drugs in the U.S., at least.
I'm just surprised Ryan Reynolds didn't make $1 billion on the residuals from Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Was he in that?
Yeah, that's where he started, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think so. Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
I just remember he was always kind of like the non-leading man in Hollywood until he got to be about 40 years old, at which point they decided to make him a leading man for everything.
Yeah, he got lucky. He always seemed like the regular guy. He was never the very suave.
That's who he always played. He's Canadian. He's the guy who apologizes for everything.
Yeah, hey, sorry.
And he was always like the friend of a friend, or, the fat guy or whatever. And it was he all through his 20s, he was not the star. But he was always snarky. He always got those snarky lines.
And speaking of that whole concept, I need to check again, because there was a time period, I'm trying to remember how many years ago it was when Constellation Energy, I think they're a national thing, but maybe it was local here in Chicago. Here, they have basically exactly what you're talking about with the cell phones we had with electricity, which I had no idea how this even works, because like you're saying their whole concept was, well, we can get you in, and here's going to be your guaranteed electric price for the next year, 2 years, whatever it was. But nothing will change. Commonwealth Edison still gets you your electricity. Nothing. There's no new hookup. It's a reseller for something you already have. Yeah. And your price can go lower. It can go higher too. That at the end, their price ended up going higher. But I'm like, you have to actually shop this shit around. If there is a reseller in your area for something like energy, you might be able to temporarily save some money.
So in Texas, energy has been deregulated years ago. However, municipalities can decide how many or which companies they allow in their areas. And so it's more like cable television than anything else. And so what you end up with is some places, like when I lived in Dallas, I was up in the northern suburbs, up in Frisco, if anyone knows the area. And Frisco had basically just contracted out with one company. So everybody in Frisco had the same electric company. You had no choice. You were stuck with the same company. They weren't bad. They were actually a co-op. And what that means is that you're always overpaying for electricity, but you get checks from them yearly for the next decade.
Like you're getting some kind of weird rebate.
So they're basically charging you on worst case scenario pricing. And then if the year turned out to where they had a higher profit at the end of the year, as a co-op, they would split that profit up and send it back to the people that actually use their company. So it's a rebate. You're right. It's effectively a rebate. So charge more and then rebate at the end of the year, much like the way a lot of people do taxes as well.
Right. Just I got to overpay because I don't want to be scared that I'm going to have to owe.
Exactly. So after I moved out of Frisco, for the next decade, I kept getting checks from this company.
Well, that's not bad.
Well, I mean, they're small checks. They're like $80, $100 checks a year per year. But I probably got somewhere around $1,000 back. No, not that much. Probably about $700 back after I left the city.
And I'm looking this up. Of course, it's AI looking this up for me. That's because that's what you do now.
Yeah.
With Perplexity. But according to them, the average rate in my area is 14.32 to 14.41 cents per kilowatt hour.
Okay.
I don't know how that compares to Texas. I'm guessing you may be a little more. But
I don't know what the average is here. It's really hard to calculate because everything's tiered in Austin. So what we have Austin Electric for the whole city, or maybe even the whole county, and they're actually pretty close to me. They're like maybe a mile away, but you have a super cheap rate for like the first 10,000 whatever kilowatt hours or something. Or maybe 1,000 kilowatt, whatever it is. But it doesn't matter because I'm always way over it. And then the price goes up for the next chunk.
Oh, right.
Like 5,000, which again doesn't matter because I'm always above that. I'm always in the top tier. So with the top tier, I'm paying about $300 a month for electricity.
Yeah, mine. This past one was, I think, $380, which is insanity.
Yeah. Getting up there. Up there.
It looks like right now, ComEd is 8.261. So Constellation, they're listing as 7.99, which is still a discount.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good deal. I do remember when I lived in Minnesota, I know this is surprising to me and how cheap Minnesota was compared to all the other states. I want to say it was like 5.9 cents. And it was the kind of thing where I never really bothered turning the lights on and off. They were just always on because who cares?
Because it's so damn cheap.
It's so damn cheap. And I got sick of hearing my parents tell me to turn the lights off. I was like, when I get my own place, fuck that shit.
Are you working for the electric company, Gene?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly. So when I moved to Austin, the electric bill for this same house that I've been in the whole time, I've been here for like 15 years. The electric bill was around $180 a month. It has grown to $300 a month in the last 15 years, but I think part of that is inflation.
Well, I'm just waiting for mine to go way down once I turn off these never turning off, nonstop 3 Windows 10 machines, which are
humidifiers.
The Windows 10 machines,
yeah,
which are always just running. The the dehumidifiers. Well, you turn those off, but then you turn the humidifiers on. So I mean, it gets a little bit crazy.
Oh, do you need to do that in the winter?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Does it get super dry if you don't?
Yeah, like it can be dangerously dry.
Dry. You just like to dry?
You can, well, it's like everything you touch, then you're getting a little electric, which isn't horrible.
Look, there's a solution to this, Darren. All you got to do is take a page out of the bumper cars and get a electric discharge pole sticking straight up above you with a little flap that's conductive, touching the ceiling at all points in time.
Makes perfect sense.
Zap anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, all I got to do is...
That sounds like an AI cartoon idea right there.
Yeah.
Darren walking around the house with a little discharge flap.
Yeah, and I don't even need that big of a pole because I'm so close to the ceiling already.
You're so close to the ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, it's always like my parents are still...
Could we make one that's just like a baseball cap with a little pole sticking up to touch the ceiling?
That would be perfect. My parents are still like really always amazed, like, oh, you don't even need a ladder to change the lights on the ceiling. Like,
you don't?
No.
Like, you got short ceilings, man.
Well, I mean, when they're not 10-footers or anything.
Well, we got 12-footers here.
I wish there'd be like a little higher ceiling. That'd be nice.
Oh, and the worst one, and I've bitched about this on our podcast, I know before. There's a fire alarm that is on the wall.
Get some scaffolding
in the gap, right? So it's basically at the top of the second floor ceiling, about 22 feet up from the ground floor. And the only way to get to replace that battery is a 20-foot ladder.
Is it connected to your electrical system or is it one with a battery?
Oh, yeah. No, it is connected, so it'll keep beeping. You can't just let the battery die and it'll stop beeping. No, it's absolutely connected. But it'll happily tell you when it needs to have a battery replaced by chirping once every indeterminate amount of time forever.
That is enough to drive somebody insane.
It's enough to get somebody to pay $200 for a guy to come out for 5 minutes to change a fucking battery.
Gene's got a smoke detector guy. I knew it.
I do, yeah.
It's the guy with the ladder down the street. If you have a ladder and you live anywhere near Gene and you want to make a quick $200,
I have a 12-foot ladder, which is sufficient for most things in the house. I don't have a 20-foot ladder. I don't own one of those.
That's what you need. You need like one of them little giant ladders they used to have on late night TV.
I have one of those. It's not 20 feet, dude.
You need to put two of those together. They're like Lego. You could stack one on top of the other.
Yes, that's exactly what I need to do.
Absolutely perfect.
But I think it actually is a little giant.
The only thing I need to do when
got
the
Costco like 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, no. That my wife bought one at Costco too when they had them. Like, oh wow, we got to get one of these. Like,
yeah, I've seen it on TV. Must be good.
Right. Exactly. Now, who watches TV now? Nobody. Yeah. For the winter, the only thing I care about is to take my Gibson guitar, which I haven't played in years, and then you throw some.
You got to humidify that puppy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want to dry out.
Well, there's another thing. Cigars.
Well, that too. Because then they're ruined. But I don't smoke cigars, so it's really just a couple of guitars and even the wood floor because I think it's a...
Yipper.
It's tiger wood.
Yeah, cigars. The regular tobacco, I feel, is not as big a deal. Like pipe tobacco, I've rehydrated that. You definitely don't want to smoke it dry because it'll go really fast. But you can rehydrate pipe tobacco and smoke it and still taste just fine.
You could bring it back, man. It's long lasting. Won't go bad when it dries out.
No, I don't think so. I'm sure it'll slightly change its flavor if you don't maintain its moisture level, but it's not going to be, it's not like cigars that just like fall apart.
The folks in the troll room love you. Dug It Up says I should get the sound effect of a smoke alarm chirping and add it, just play it every once in a while. Because, I mean, that sends the anxiety right through something.
Yeah. That's what it's made for. That's exactly what it's made for. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be worried. Uh-oh. I'm just glad that after, we had it happen twice in this house. And then after we had the smoke detectors changed, even the smoke detectors that are up there plugged into your electrical system, they don't last forever.
No.
So we had to have them changed once because at 3 a.m. on a cold winter night, the whole thing starts going off. And the horrible thing is when they're all connected is they all go off.
Oh, yeah. They all go off when one of them needs help. Yeah.
So you don't know which one it is. And it happened again. And of course, it happened in the middle of the night. There's something about the middle of the night And from what I read, there's something about maybe the humidity change that's going on because the temperature's dropping and something gets in. So
I never understood why they use batteries at all. I would have, if I was going to design one that was, hardwired to the house, I would just put a capacitor in there.
Right.
It's like, how long do you expect the power to be off and still expect the detector to work? I think if the power's off for more than 12 hours, you got bigger problems than your fire alarm not working.
I guess it would just be trying to back up the fact that what if the power goes out right as somebody's house starts on fire?
Yeah, but that's the point of having a capacitor.
True, it would last long enough.
It takes very little power because those 9-volt batteries. Like if you take the detector and yank it off the ceiling, but leave the battery in there, like you plug it in, it'll sit there for a good month.
Yeah,
it takes very little power to keep that thing operating. So I would imagine the capacitor is certainly not going to keep it running as long as a battery, but you don't need to keep it running as long as a battery. So having it basically be able to still function and provide its chirping if it detects something for 12 hours with no power is probably long enough.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the new ones we have. I don't think there are batteries in there that you can change anymore.
Oh, okay.
And they are wired.
Well, I'd be surprised if that was the case because I gotta imagine some stupid housing regulations probably say battery should last blah blah blah. Like it probably explicitly uses the word battery is my guess.
Well, I like the ones too now that there are no changeable batteries, much like your cell phones. And they're like, well, it's going to last for 10 to 12 years, which is probably still a better way to go.
Yeah. So they're going to force you to just buy new fire alarm? I guess that's not a bad thing.
No, because I don't know how long those sensors are really viable, what they use for the sensors, if they wear out at all over time.
But they do eventually. Yeah, that's true.
But I've learned now, although you never do it until it happens. The day after, of course, is when I'm going around with the vacuum, the little portable vacuums with the air, I'm pushing all the air out of it because that's what they tell you. If the thing goes off, it could be dusty.
Yeah, I vacuum them occasionally as well.
Because if you don't, then that's what happens at my house, which is 3 a.m. as it goes off. And then the next day you're like, I guess I'm going to vacuum the smoke detectors.
Mm-hmm.
Because it never just goes off in the middle of the day. That would just be too easy. And of course, when it wakes you up, you're kind of like, is the house really on fire? So you have to go look. It's the run around every room of the house. Is there any smoke? Is there any smoke anywhere?
Well, you should be able to smell that shit.
It could be even worse. It could be dusty apples. Yeah.
I think it's probably not a bad idea to replace them after a decade anyway, because the ones that use the radiation, they slowly over time get weaker. The ones that use light can get dust on them. So
a little critter, because we got little critters. You got little critters there too. They could crawl in.
You got critters walking around everywhere. Yeah. I have a black widow spider living here.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I couldn't quite get the picture of it before it scrambled away, but yeah, I've seen it walking around quite a few places around the house.
It owns the place now.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it certainly scurries out of the way when it sees me.
It's not paying the mortgage.
Yeah, it's a freeloader.
At least it's not a brown recluse.
No, I've seen brown recluses in different places, but no, not in my house.
Well, no, because you wouldn't. That would be one you might want to get rid of.
It's a very typical black widow. He's got the little hourglass in bright red colors. They're not small.
They're right. They're quite noticeable if there's one.
They're very noticeable. They're bigger than your thumbnail.
So if they're walking along the wall, you're like,
you see them walking. You don't. It's not just a little dot being kind of scooching along the thing. You can actually see them moving their legs. They're not like they're not like a tarantula or anything, but a reasonably sized spider. But I don't mind. I like spiders. I've always been a fan of two things that a lot of people are creeped out about.
Snakes and spiders.
Okay, three things that people are creeped out about. I like snakes. I like spiders. I think they're super useful for killing other insects around the house. And I like wasps because they're super helpful at killing other insects around the outside of the house. So I have wasp nests on the outside of the house.
And Gene actually puts them up, and that way it also keeps people from...
Yeah. No, you buy them. You order custom wasps. You want the really vicious, nasty ones. And they will keep your house safe.
What about hornets? You got any hornets? Because that's like one step worse than a wasp, right? I mean, you kind of go bee, wasp, hornet.
Yeah, I think a hornet... Isn't a hornet just a type of wasp? I don't know how the breakdown is, but...
It may be.
I know that if I would love to get some hornets, but the only one to really get is the giant Japanese hornet. Those things are about 3 inches long. They're super cool looking. And you can feed them hot dogs.
Okay.
Because I watched a Japanese video on that.
They're like, oh, you want to keep your pets happy.
They're very
hot dog.
Pet-like animals. Yeah. They're giant wasps. And when they fly, it's a very low, bassy rumble.
So you know when they're coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've never liked anything
that could sting me. I don't have here because I'm not close enough to water, but I love dragonflies. They're really awesome.
Yeah, we've had those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they also kill more insects than about any other animal.
Yeah, I remember those as a kid because we lived where there was a wooded area and a creek right behind the house.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And then once my parents put in the swimming pool when I was like 12 or 13.
You had a swimming pool when you were a kid?
Yeah. In ground, baby.
Get out of here.
In ground. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Kidney shaped.
40 by 20.
That's about right. I mean, smaller in the shallow end. It was kidney shaped. So the deep end kind of went a little bit further out. Yeah. It's still there. The Cook County tried to give my parents a fine saying they needed a permit for the pool. And it was because they were getting their roof done. So obviously, here's what goes on.
Yeah.
When you apply for a permit for anything, they go and they look at your house. And if there's anything they can see with the satellite image that you haven't had a permit for anytime recently. Right. Oh, no, you didn't get a permit for this. So I emailed the guy back and I'm like, is this a mistake? The pool was built in like 1982.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that guy responded back to the guy that wrote the report or the ticket or the whatever with a copy of the earliest they had, which I think was like 1995, whatever the earliest satellite image they had. And they're like, well, it existed way back. The earliest picture we have, it was there.
You guys got stupid. We already had the pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm trying to remember what year. I think my dad put it in 83. He put the pool in.
And I remember the dragonflies in the morning.
Climates, that was like a rarity.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Chirac, not much different than Minneapolis. I mean, you were a little colder.
Yeah.
But you're like, you got 3 months, man. You better get it. It better be a warm summer. Otherwise, you're...
Well, and the main difference is that in the winter, you have to winterize the pool. Where in warm climates, you just never do anything.
No, and it's got way easier with the technology that they have because it used to be empty half the pool.
Yep.
And put shit through the line. There was it's gotten a lot easier with whatever.
Yeah, you have to call somebody to come out and do it for you.
I mean, luckily, my sister works at a pool place, so.
Oh, okay.
The same one I worked at when I was 16, inhaling chlorine.
Oh, nothing better, man.
No. She got me the job, was trying to kill me, pretty sure.
The amount of chlorine sticks that I handled with my bare hands.
Yeah, I can't even tell you.
I have skin.
Dude, I have had chlorine all over me.
Yeah.
Things explode, those 5-gallon things. And it was just, as I have said before, it was imagine a big tank that probably filled 30 or 40,000 gallons of chlorine to a very rudimentary hose that turned on and off. It was all just PVC pipe. And the chlorine came pouring out, man. There was nothing better.
The feeling you get chlorine on your hands
Uh-huh.
You wipe off your hands and you no longer have fingerprints.
Yeah.
Your hands are flat.
Could commit a lot of crimes.
I've thought about it, man, because I remember I was like, man, this chlorine it totally takes your fingerprints off. It's great.
Not advice to commit crimes.
No, well, they probably don't even have real chlorine for the kids these days.
I mean, can you believe that everybody should have to do the chlorine job?
Well, I did. Yeah.
We do have a few people to thank for today's show. We are
that out of the way. Okay.
We are value for value for value.
Mm.
It always concerns me when CSB has the highest amount.
Uh-oh.
He came in 10 minutes ago. Howdy, bros, Gene and Darren.
Mm-hmm.
Here is $5 for you. That's $42.90 in sats.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I'd like to recommend a super tasty mineral water made in the EU, Evian. Straight from the French Alps to America, because your taste buds deserve a vacation, even if you don't. Yo, CSB.
So we're running ads for Evian now, really?
He was very upset, CSB was, that you were making fun of his Evian
French
water.
Piss water. It is literally piss water.
He's trying to balance the scales because he's like, tell Gene water good.
Water good.
I mean, kind of. I mean, if you don't have enough water, you might die.
Yes, but Evian isn't. Water might be good, but Evian isn't.
Oh, no, it's a fight. Evian versus non-Evian. The battle lines have been drawn.
I told him, I just, we had this in direct message conversation. I was like, dude, I only make iced tea with distilled water. Like, I don't drink water that's not distilled if I can help it. I sure as hell I'm not going to buy water that isn't distilled.
I'm drinking serial criminal, so I'll drink anything.
Yes, you're exactly. You probably would think Evian's an upgrade.
Well, I drink the filtered water out of my refrigerator, and I put only
the worst. That's
finest
bacteria.
I have the finest Chinese filters. Do I put into the fridge?
Oh my God! So not only are you getting bacteria-filled water, but it's also got lead in it. That's awesome.
I did a particulate test,
mm-hmm.
and the amount of particulates, it was scary almost, the difference between the non-filtered and filtered coming out of the tap here. The filters definitely are bringing something out. The more interesting thing was doing the particulate test between the filtered water out of the fridge. And I bought like 3 or 4 different brands of bottled water, and the fridge water was like right in the middle. There were still a couple of those bottled waters. It's like, yeah, there's no doubt it's just like New York tap water or something that they're putting in a bottle. But I like to use my immune system, so I like to give it a little bacteria now and then. Distilled water? I mean, really? That's
for the last 35 years.
No, really?
Yep, only distilled.
But isn't that just giving your body a lack of minerals to make it healthy and strong?
Well, if you never ate, yeah. But I do eat.
Well, yeah, there's nobody can argue that fact.
Exactly.
So when you go out to like your local, what's that place where they cut the meat off the thing and just give you unlimited meat?
The Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao, yes. I mean, when you order an unsweetened iced tea there, you're like, but you better make it with distilled water, please.
No, not at all.
You let them have their choice what kind of water they're going to make.
I mean, that's why I don't say I've never had regular water, but I drink probably 95% of the liquids that I drink at home. And if I'm not at home, I might drink a Mexican Coke. I'm drinking Mexican water.
Now, this is some interesting information from the troll room from NetNed. Evian is naive spelled backwards.
That's true.
Wow, CSB. Let that
Although
sink
with the
in.
wrong I. Naive is spelled with a different I, but yeah.
Still, I mean, there's something there.
But when I call it French piss water, I'm being literal. It is a natural spring water, which is basically water that comes out of the sewage and seeps through the rocks.
That's what gives it its taste.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks, CSB. Then we also have Mark Kodra with his $3.33 per show. Thank you. And Scott Gorman, $2.50 a show. We have 2 showers. And then nobody else. So, I mean, thank you for the showers. We appreciate you.
Do you know why I started drinking distilled water? It has nothing to do with health.
Because it was what was available.
I started drinking distilled water because I didn't want to keep cleaning my coffee machine.
You didn't want it to scale up.
Yeah. And when I realized that if you use distilled, you never have to worry about scaling. And there's really no other kind of cleaning that you need to do because, it boils the water. And then that same concept applied to the espresso machine, same concept to the hot water machine that I have, the Japanese one I use. So all of these things have a benefit of, if you use distilled water, you never have to worry about cleaning the damn things. And you know how lazy I am. But also distilled water is pure water. It is really the thing that your body actually needs. All the other crap in the water, you may or may not actually need it. But if you do need it, you might as well just either take it in a pill or get it from food.
I suppose.
Getting it out of water.
You just take your little dose of however you're getting your electrolytes and boom.
Yeah, exactly.
So some people might have an electrolyte imbalance if they're like, wow, man, I really need to be hydrated, but the water without the electrolytes might still not be enough.
Well, and it all depends on how much sweating you're doing.
Most health experts agree drinking distilled water is not harmful as long as you maintain a balanced diet that provides the necessary minerals and electrolytes.
And the ones that disagree, they're not real experts.
They're experts. Oh, did you see ChatGPT 5 is out, Gene? Ho, ho!
Yeah, Grok 4 is still better, apparently, according to independent testing.
Or compared to, according to Elon Musk.
Well, according to Elon Musk's independent testing that he paid for, yes.
Right. And it's the same problem. This was the first thing I wanted to test because I made it through 20 minutes or so of their spiel.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, when we deny your request, the most interesting part to me about the AI stuff is what the large language models will do and what they won't do and what kind of error message they're going to throw.
I just don't ever want to see a fucking error message.
Right.
That's why I won't use anything but Grok.
Now, according to their little spiel, they were going to give a lot more information, but it's not true. I created an AI image of a female wearing lingerie, and I gave it to a ChatGPT 5. I mean, because you could do this in Flux. Flux all day long is like, whoa, nude, that's great, perfect, fine.
It looks like the Google thing does nudes as well.
Interesting. But I
never used it, but there's tons of videos with nudes on them that came out of the Google video thing.
So Google's going to be your new porn creator, allegedly.
I'd say it probably is at this point.
So I gave it this image, and I'm like, this is an AI influencer that I created in Flux. Can you make the image even more photorealistic? And I got, I can't create or modify this image because it violates our content policies. Could you provide a new prompt or describe a different way you'd like the image styled so we can make it work? Well, that's no information. Or violated our policies.
Let me ask you this. Can you just use, instead of using the create prompt, can you say, describe this image I'm uploading?
Yes, and it will do that.
And how much? What if you take that description and say, create this?
Most of the time, ChatGPT won't, but I've found that ChatGPT does a great job with the prompts that you can then feed Flux. So you use
ChatGPT to create the Flux prompt?
Yes.
You could upload an image to ChatGPT, say, create a prompt for this.
Yes.
Oh, well, that seems like it's just they're forcing you to work 2 steps instead of 1.
And to go somewhere else to actually get the image created because they're afraid to do it.
Yeah.
But what I liked was that it asked then, is there a different way you'd like it styled so we can make it work? And I said, well, ChatGPT 5, I'll leave it up to you. Create a photorealistic image of this character in any clothing or setting that you think would best show off your skills. And the answer to that was, I can't create or modify the image because it violates our content policies.
Yeah, because you're asking for an actual person and they can't do that.
That was not it. It did the actual person, but here's the thing.
It did. Okay.
If the original image, and it finally got down to, because I'm like, well, you're the one creating this, and it said, I understand it may look like the character is clothed, but the policy considers that some outfits and poses, especially when they are designed to be sexually suggestive, as adult content. Because of that, I can't edit or recreate this image. So you can't even give it an image of a woman in lingerie and say, take this woman and fully clothe her. Put a burqa on her. Cover everything. Well, no, because that original image bad.
So they're being racist now.
Yeah, of course. Of course they are.
Yeah, because I think it's a perfectly natural desire for somebody, like, say, a Muslim dude, to take a bunch of half-nude images and have ChatGPT put clothes on them.
And now it finally explained it to me. Here's what's going on. When I try to generate a new image using a previously uploaded one as a visual reference, the automated system does not look at our conversation for context. It flags it based solely on the image itself. So if that image itself is classified as sexual or suggestive, even if we're changing everything, it still triggers a block because it's considered a modification of that flag content.
Yeah, it's just you're getting a pervert tag put on you.
Pretty much. But now here's the thing. You could give it the same prompt if you just give it a different photo, and it will gladly do that. It doesn't care if it's a real person or not, which is, to me, I would think is even worse than, I'm creating an AI of an AI, which is, suggestively dressed. Like, come on. But it also tells me one other thing, which is, with ChatGPT, just like the previous version, the minute you hit a block, exit, delete that one if you want, and start over, because it's never going to do what you fucking want if the first thing in the thread was a no. No matter how much you argue, you can upload a different photo and say, hey, use this one instead then. It doesn't understand how to do that because it still references the first one, obviously. So you have to go and just create a whole new.
Did you know the internet is made for children?
I've heard that, but I don't believe it because parents should do their fucking jobs.
If you're an adult, it's a special case. It's a rarity, and therefore you need to prove you're an adult with a identification, photo ID first.
That'll be coming soon.
Well, it is coming. It's coming like tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, I better use a lot of AI. I got to go then, Gene. I have to do a lot of AI before tomorrow.
2 bills in the Senate that will require photo ID for the use of the internet.
It'll never go through, but I know they're trying to do it. I mean, it's already in Texas. It's already in Florida.
Yeah. One of them is called the Child Safety Protection Act. So you know that's going to go through because otherwise, what do you hate children?
Yeah, I do, because it doesn't really protect children.
And the other one is like the anti-pedophilia something bill. And neither one of them has anything to do with kids, but they both have to do with making sure that advertisers can connect all your data, not just your web surfing data.
Oh, and they have been pretty upfront that that's what this is all about.
Yeah. That is absolutely what it's about, because they're sick and tired of people not providing their actual damn ID. They've got these massive amounts of data based on your IP address and your surfing habits and your movie watching habits and your Amazon ordering habits. But what they'd really like is to actually connect that to your individual actual human ID, because then they could sell you, not as a group of people that live in this area code, but they could literally just sell you.
And that's why you need Incogni.
Which isn't going to do shit.
It'll take you right off the internet. I'm surprised nobody went through and used that code and got a new account, man.
I know.
I'm loving Incogni.
Are you?
Yeah.
I want to read up a little more on the. There's got to be somebody that's got a comparison of Incognito to the other one.
Yeah,
you know
that's
like there's another one that's a direct competitor.
Yeah, delete me.
Get me off the web or something.
And delete me. Delete me is the one I've seen the most.
So I'll bet you there's a couple more that we probably haven't seen ads for that exist in the space, and I'm pretty close to pulling the trigger. And God, it sounds so stupid to do this, but to actually pay somebody to go through and clean me out.
Well, you do that with doctors all the time. I mean, I'm just going to clean you right out.
Really try not to.
I mean, the individual accounts, I will agree, are not priced great.
Mm-hmm.
The family account, which basically gives you 5 accounts, well, that's what you want to be on.
Yeah.
Find somebody that needs 4 and say, hey, buy this. And then go, oh, you have one left?
Mm-hmm.
You just, send me over.
I'll talk to Ben. Maybe we can do a split deal on the family account or something.
There you go, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's
my other co-host on my other podcast.
New name, Ben.
Just
name Ben.
two good old boys, otherwise known as Gob.
Yeah, Gob. Everybody likes Gob.
Uh-huh.
The standard account for a person billed annually is $8.29 a month, which seems excessive. That seems excessive. But the family, and there are coupon codes. I don't remember exactly what they were. They brought it down a little. But the family is $16.49 for 5. So you're basically
much more reasonable.
Yeah, it's like $3 a person a month. And for that, I can't complain. Now, for $8.29 a month, I don't know if I would look at it exactly the same way. I think about $3 a month is in the perfect place. One, also knowing that they're giving the 30-day money-back guarantee. That should help people not be insane. But I think...
And they tell you, like, how much should they find, right?
Yeah, and they show you every one of these that they found, everyone that's responded, everyone that hasn't responded. You could also go yourself to sites like truepeoplesearch.com and watch yourself disappear. And once you see yourself disappear from the main sites that people use to search, that $3 a month seems like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because really, what's $3 a month now? What can you buy at Starbucks for $3?
You can only do it yearly. You can't do it monthly.
You can do it monthly, but I don't know why you would. The monthly goes up.
Well, it probably only takes them a couple of months to get rid of everything.
Which is probably why the standard is $16.58 a month, and it's $8.29 a month if you go for the year. So it's over 50% off.
Yeah, so if you go 3 months at 16, so you're like $50.
And the unlimited, I don't think most people need the unlimited plan, which is they will go after things that you find that aren't in their normal 250 sites or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are somebody that's out in a lot of weird, I'm assuming any website that has your personal information on it, they will act up on your behalf then to remove it. Yeah. Which maybe some people need. I don't think most people would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's all up to exactly what you're looking to do. But it's scary, the kind of information that is out there at this point. Especially when it, as you said, if this kind of information was put onto X or another social media site, it would be considered doxing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very easy now with these sites that will list your name, list your address. Quite often it lists employers. It will list email addresses, will list phone numbers, all on one page. It's a one-stop stalker's dream, man.
Oh, even better than that, it shows you connections.
Oh, you're right.
It shows the number of people that are likely associated with you.
It shows you associates, which I want to know exactly how this is, because when my information was still up there, I should have taken a screen cap. When it was still up there, it's like possible associates, and it had my parents,
Hitler.
My wife, right. My wife's brother, my wife's brother's wife. And then it listed all these things. And then there were 3 Chinese people that I have no idea who they were, but I want to know how they made the list.
Oh, those are the guys that are using your personal identifiable information online.
Probably. Or it could be. Yep. I mean, I know I dealt with a whole lot of Chinese folk when I was getting the free stuff from Amazon. Was getting a lot of emails. Although I don't know how that would necessarily be connected. But the other thing that was odd, well, not odd, but another thing I didn't think of until you look at these sites is the other thing that TruePeopleSearch.com lists is neighbors. So if I look up Gene, I'm going to find the information for the people that live around him, which you can fuck with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
With that kind of information as well. Like, accidentally send let's send some KKK material to Gene's name at the neighbor's address.
At the neighbor's address, yeah, exactly.
Here's the information you requested, sir. I mean, I'm not giving anybody
back
ideas.
In the old days, it would have been funny to do like a super gay catalog to your neighbor with your name or whatever. But these days, the neighbor's probably gay anyway. So
right. Hey, the neighbor's like, hey, Gene, I got your catalog, man. Hey, you got to try this. I've been buying from them for years. And then Gene's like, I have to move. I have to move now. I'm going to have to update my sushi guy where I'm going to be.
I'm in a very diverse community here. My one neighbor on the one side is black, and the neighbor across is a Muslim.
So you're right in the middle of it, man.
I'm in Austin, baby.
Where everything gets weird. The land of Willie Nelson. The land Austin Willie made famous.
Yep.
Willie said, come on down to Austin, everybody.
So I got to ask, have you seen the new, the next ad that's triggering liberals?
Oh, I did. The Baskin-Robbins one you sent me.
The Baskin-Robbins from Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney is everywhere. God bless her for making America
like
great.
Ultra Hitler.
How dare a white girl eat ice cream?
Eating white ice cream. We all know that's just a, what do they call them?
Dog whistle?
Dog whistle.
Yeah, we know what they're saying.
Dog whistle to all the Nazis out there.
Yep, got to have some ice cream.
White ice cream.
Baskin-Robbins. You know what they're saying.
Yeah.
31 flavors, man. You know what they mean. We know what flavor they don't have.
And the best one is vanilla.
Right.
Yep.
You know the one they don't have. That's right. Oh yeah. Baskin-Robbins. Yes, she is.
I think it's hilarious.
Well, yeah, you're correct. She is such the girl next door.
Yeah, she's like a good 7 at best and a 6 without makeup.
Yeah, I mean, if she knocked on your door and said, can I come in? You'd be like, sure.
I'd be like, for what?
Did you bring any of that ice cream?
I mean, yeah, exactly. Did you drop some ice cream on your jeans? Here, let me help you with that.
Yeah, let me clean those for you.
I'll get them cleaned up for you.
Yeah, very good. I got a washing machine somewhere in the garage behind all the ponchos.
Sign on the south says "Dirty Old Man." That's me right here.
But I have a free full length mirror for you for your.
It's in the box. No one's ever used it. You'll be the first.
It is nice to see.
That is great. That mirror just keeps coming right back.
If you don't listen to the show,
it's worth keeping it in the box.
You don't even know why.
I know people are like, mirror. What the hell is he talking about?
Why's he got a mirror? It's in a box. I'm still contending that at the end of this all, you'll find it's like a piece of art worth millions of dollars.
Right. And I've just been sitting on it for years.
Nobody will figure it out until you're long dead and they open up the box and go, what's this?
What's this?
Wow, an original framed Constitution?
What the hell?
Like, no, I thought it was no.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Castaway. You remember that movie?
Tom Hanks?
He keeps one box he doesn't open. Right? That's his like connection with the civilized world box. And so he rips all the other stuff that washed ashore and tries to figure out ways to use things. And then there's one box he doesn't use, and in the actual movie, I think what was in that one box was some piece of art or something. But in a Saturday Night Live skit, when he hands that box back and the woman's like, "Oh man, I thought this disappeared. Thanks so much." and she opens it up, and it's a satellite phone.
Yeah, fully charged, ready to go. No.
Well, it was charged, but when it floated, right? When it showed up and
when it left the factory,
the box was in. Yeah, of course it was new. It was fully charged.
But it's beautiful to see non-woke advertising.
Oh God, yeah.
Advertising used to be fun, kids.
There were a lot of fun ads back in the day. If you want to watch like advertising from the golden age, go back to like European ads from the late 80s. Probably some of the most unwoke stuff, genuinely hilarious. This is back in the Benny Hill days. It was really funny ads. American ads tended to be a little more conservative because you couldn't do nudity.
Well, they still can't do nudity in America.
You can do them in Europe.
And there is a bounty out from Planet Rage. If you're going through old commercials, Larry Blydner, you know Larry with the Larry voice.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
As a teenager, was in a Wendy's ad where he's going through the drive-thru.
Really? Wow.
And everybody wants to see this once again, including Larry.
Yeah.
And like, if anybody ever comes across a video where you're like, that looks like a young Larry at the 1980s Wendy's.
There's got to be some guy out there that's got like every Wendy's ad made for all the beef.
Where's the beef? Carla, what was her name? That old lady. She was funny, man. Carla Pell or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the beef? And then it was, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, exactly. That's good stuff.
That was when commercials were good.
I think the back then the where's the beef was very accurate because both McDonald's and Burger King had kind of not had a whole lot of beef in their beef.
Oh yeah, it's like, is this even actually hamburger?
Yeah. And while I don't think Wendy's gotten worse, I do think that Burger King's gotten a lot better. Wendy's
has gotten worse. They've gotten super small.
Have they? Is the size thing? Well,
yeah.
The Whopper is absolutely smaller than the old Whoppers. There's no two ways about it. But the taste, I think, is the same.
The taste is probably the same with the Wendy's, too. It's just super small.
I've always gotten the chicken at Wendy's because I think it's the best tasting of the chicken burgers.
And when people say chicken burger, you mean like a chicken
breast burger or whatever the hell they call it. But it's in a hamburger bun, right? Chicken breast in a hamburger bun, whatever you want to call it.
Grilled chicken, nice and healthy.
There you go.
Not one of the like McDonald's nuggets, which are 8,000 pieces compressed to form a patty.
That's made of mostly plastic, yeah.
It's mainly Bondo or whatever they use.
But this is also like, if I really want chicken, I'm going to go to Popeyes. Like fast food chicken.
Oh, yeah.
High-end chicken. But because Popeyes, whether it's a burger or chicken nuggets or even a wrap, I've been getting those wraps lately. All that stuff is it is actual pieces. It's not recalculated goo or whatever.
Reconcentrated.
Reconstituted goo. It's not that.
Everybody needs a little goo in their life.
I mean, I'm not against goo. It's just I don't necessarily want to eat it for lunch.
No, I have to make my own chicken because everybody that does any of the fried chicken does it with MSG.
Mm-hmm. Love them.
I know it's great for people that don't have a problem with it. I bought some olives that were in MSG, and the wife was like, "Yay, all mine!" Like fucking hey, I mean, I can it just happens. Can't eat it because I'll get the bad thing, but I can make
it's an electrolyte.
True,
you got to get your electrolytes.
I love me some electrolytes. I get them in the little Noon tablets, NUUN, not an advertisement, but you just drop it in water and boom. Very little calories, very little sugar to them. But
I've kind of gotten used to I like the taste of aspirin.
Well, that's like candy. It's very much like the B12 that I take has the aspirin taste.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a slightly acidic, but not too acidic.
You put it under your tongue.
I think it tastes good. I don't know why the hell people don't like aspirin. I fucking eat it like candy.
But the migraine's no fun. with the MSG, so I avoid it. That's why it's like, don't even do Chinese food. And I called up. I may have said this when it happened because my parents were like, oh, there's this great Chinese restaurant by us now. So I called up the guy. Well, the guy answered the phone. I don't know if he was the owner or not, but usually in those businesses. Right. So I'm like, hey, do you offer all of your dishes without MSG? And he says, yes, everything made fresh. And I'm like, even the appetizers? No, not the appetizers. I'm like, really? Really? I'm calling and asking the question, does your food, is it available non-MSG? And you say yes.
I don't think that there is a yes there because MSG, if used while cooking other foods, is absolutely going to contaminate anything else you order.
Right? I would agree with that. It might just be a much lower. They're not going to
do a dishwasher wash of all their cookware in between cooking.
It's not like a peanut allergy.
It's right, but I mean, MSG is more likely to stick to a pan than a peanut is.
I get it.
Because it's just a salt. So if you cook off the water, it's a powder.
And in very small amounts, I had one of those olives, didn't have a migraine.
Oh, so good though, right?
It was. And I understand the concept. I get it. It's like, but if I have probably like 5 of them, it would be like, oh boy. It just.
Well, naturally where it comes from is fermented soybean.
Which is why they're like
so popular in the Asian food.
Why so many of the ingredients are no added MSG, because it is a naturally occurring.
Totally naturally occurring, yeah.
But the reality is there's a big difference between the amount you get in the naturally occurring to when you synthesize it and decide like this is going to make everything taste better.
Yeah, and sometimes, you go into a restaurant like they don't use MSG, so you just get a little vial.
You bring your own.
Pour a little bit of the powder and
you get MSG, man.
2 quick snorts, you're set for lunch.
Gonna get my fix. And see, I didn't really even put it together at first because I remember like back in, high school when the first time I had the aura with the migraine was the first Thanksgiving with the now wife with her family at their house. And I remember just sitting there and I'm talking to her grandfather and all of a sudden half of his face is disappearing. And it's like, this is weird. But then when I talked to my eye doctor, he's like, well, it's probably, it could be wine. It could be cheese. All sorts of things can set it off. It didn't really hit me until later. We didn't have the internet then to look this kind of stuff up.
Right. So the doctor could just make shit up and you wouldn't know anymore.
Right. We didn't have the ability to get as much information as you wanted, sometimes too much.
Yeah.
But I would go to Chinese buffets all the time. And even though it didn't always cause the aura, there were headaches and there was just kind of feeling off after eating Chinese food. And it's like, well, now it all makes sense.
Dude, I totally get it. Remember, I didn't eat Mexican food for like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Because I got acid reflux every time I ate Asian food. Sorry, not Asian.
Mexican.
Sorry, Mexican food. Yeah. So I could eat all the spicy shit that Asian food has, no problem. I could eat, every other type of food just fine with no issues. But if I had a burrito or something, I would have to take an antacid pill. I was like, what the hell is this? And I couldn't narrow it down to an ingredient, so I just cut off the whole category. Well, after moving to Austin, I didn't eat Mexican food for a good decade. And then at some point when the restaurants started reopening after COVID, it was harder to find food that was available quickly. So I started trying more Mexican places. No issues at all.
You're cured.
What the hell changed? I am. I've cured my Mexican food allergy. I have no idea what it was and what happened, but I no longer get acid reflux from Mexican food.
Now, do you take a daily probiotic?
I don't take shit. Well, okay. So,
wait, you were just going to say you don't take shit, Mr. Supplement.
I take more shit than most people in their entire life on a daily basis. No, I do consume probiotics probably every other day.
That could be helpful.
Also, I take a lot more supplements now than I used to 10 years ago. Right now, I think I take probably 10 or 12 a day.
And a lot of the supplements are there for anti-inflammatory reasons, I'm guessing.
That's a fair thing to say.
Which could be keeping the reaction to any kind of mild food allergy at bay.
Okay.
Making you healthier, making you Supermax eater.
Yeah. Yeah. And most importantly, not develop blood clots.
Right. You don't want the blood clots in your foot that goes up to your ankle.
Don't you put a curse on me.
Which goes up your leg, and you're like, you know what's going to happen when that blood clot reaches your heart, right, Gene?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Now it's just a race. Is it the heart or the brain that it's going to explode in?
Well, and I've still got the heart pain going on.
Really?
But the doctor says it's not an issue, so I don't worry about it.
This is where I don't trust the doctor.
But he knows.
My parents just had, and I'm like being very calm about it because that's the way to deal when your parents are in their 80s.
Here, I'm going to run my EKG right now and just check.
You got to get that tested. Although the watches will tell you, we will not detect signs of a heart attack.
No, I don't use a watch. I've got a 6-lead EKG at home.
Oh, those are the awesome ones. You can put your fingers on them and boom, bada bing, bada boom. Well, my dad has been on warfarin, the blood thinner, since he had his artificial valve put in 25 years or so ago. And they check it every so often. He's got the machine at home. Now, I tried to get him to get this for years. They finally got the machine at home. Yeah. And they called it in, and his number was at a 2.9, which the goal would be like a 2.5.
And this is a measurement of what?
Of the blood, as far as how quickly that it will congeal, how quickly. Right. They call it a PT test. And it's if you're over 5, they say it's concerning because then it could really, if you do get cut or if you have any internal injuries, the bleeding is a risk. So they want the doctor. One doctor said, hey, 2.5 is about perfect for you because you've had some issues with hematomas and that. Well, he was at 2.9 and they called that in, and the doctor or nurse practitioner that they talked to, because this is what you get now, told him to take more and for the next 2 weeks and then test it again in 2 weeks. And they even questioned this. But then they did what the doctor told him. And I'm like, one, why didn't I hear about this?
I got no abnormalities in my EKG. Good.
Well, there's abnormalities everywhere else.
Maybe.
And I'm like, why didn't I hear about this? And of course, I finally got to go, to my parents like you would get the other way around, which was, well, if the doctor told you to jump in front of a train, would you do it? And my mom's like, it's not the same thing. I'm like, but it is. And again, I was ultra calm. I'm like, it is the same thing because you've been on this drug. My dad's been on the drug for 25 years. And you know the system. You know if it's low, how they adjust. You know if it's high, how they adjust. So you were on the high end. They told you to take more. I'm like, you have to be responsible because doctors at this point, unfortunately, the doctor we loved was the one that broke his back and then had to retire at 60 because he had to go in for more surgeries and physical therapy. That guy was great. The new guy and the nurse practitioners, I think they have no fucking clue what they're doing.
Wow. And
when somebody's calling in with, here's my number, it's at the high end of where it should be, and you're doubling down on the drug. And so they did exactly what the doctor told him, which was took the higher amount, didn't test it for 2 weeks, and then it was 5.1.
Oof.
I'm like, well, one, I would have tested it sooner. Well, they only have so many strips. I'm like, tell me what the strips are. I'll buy you strips. I don't care what.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like you knew what they were telling you was wrong. I would have double checked, triple checked. And if they still did that, I'm like, I would have called up your cardiologist then and said, is this right? Because don't try. I mean, really, it's sad, but don't trust your doctors.
Call up the cardiologist. Good luck calling up any doctor.
I know it's rough. It is rough getting an answer.
For a guy that has a guy for everything, the one guy that's the hardest to get a hold of is the doctor guy.
You're like, can't get an answer. And it's getting worse.
Yeah.
It is getting worse. So you have to, really be your own advocate, understand what they're giving you. And if something seems wrong, you're the one that has to double check, triple check. If it seems like there's something they're giving you that they shouldn't, and they can usually get a hold of the doctors. And my dad's had the same doctors, except for the one that had to retire, of course, for a long time. The cardiologist was the one when they did his heart surgery 25 years ago. So he's been... Now, when the doctors change, I'm noticing this with my cardiologist, too, who also I liked. He retired. And the new guy's the one that's like ablation.
Yeah, one of those.
So it's like for that, I'm on the fence of like, do I just look for a different cardiologist? Does it really make a difference? Do I just, stick with this guy?
You should get, I got an awesome cardiologist.
He's like, Gene, what do you got going? Give me all your tests.
I go into the office. We chat for like half an hour. He's not in a rush at all. We talk mostly about guns.
He's like, Gene, you're going to die much quicker of a gun-related injury.
Gun enthusiast. He loves talking about guns. He knows I'm a gun guy. He's showing me pictures of the guns he just bought for his son.
That's hilarious.
It's great.
That is hilarious.
I'm telling you, I've never had a doctor that spent more time with me in the room than this guy. And he's a high-priced cardiologist.
Well, the guy that retired, the general practitioner, very similar story, which is, one, it never would have come up. But the one day we went in, and the wife and I, we're close enough. For our regular checkups, we'll go in at the same time. And the wife was wearing a Sig Sauer t-shirt.
Nice.
And the doctor's like, oh, which one you got? And exactly. He pulled up his phone. Let me show you mine. Like,
yep.
Doctors and gun talk.
Yeah, it's great.
It's the way it is. If your doctor is not a gun enthusiast, you probably want to find a new one, not
you
medical
advice.
advice.
Have the wrong doctor. Yeah. But the other thing about doctors, like both my cardiologist and my main general practitioner guy, you call their number, first message you hear is not taking any new patients.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's like it's not a problem for me, given I like who I'm working with, but I think we're getting more and more problems with medical health care here. Not only is it's basically doubling in price every 7 years for healthcare, and we're having less drugs covered. And if you're moving to a different city, you want to find a doctor, you're locked out of the best ones.
Well, yeah, because they're like, we're not taking anybody
you're gonna
new.
Be stuck with somebody that just graduated medical school.
Which is not what you want. But you also don't want the guy that's 70 years old because he's going to retire.
Exactly. What you want is a guy that's your age that remembers what you all grew up like.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go out to the gun range.
Yeah.
And you have a little fun.
Well, and that's what's so hilarious. So the cardiologist is from New York. So he's got a typical New York accent. He grew up there all his life. He is the biggest Texas advocate. He loves Texas. Can't get enough of Texas. He's like, oh, why did I move here sooner? The guy, it's hilarious.
Probably the tarantulas and or the black widows or
the pets at home. You mean the snakes, right. Wasps, and the tarantulas?
Exactly. The fire ants. Don't forget the fire ants.
Oh yeah, no fire ants. Fire ants have an understanding. They stay at least 12 inches away from the house. I don't bother them. They get within 12 inches of the house, they're dead.
It's war.
Yeah, I keep telling him, by laying out little trails of rice leading to the neighbor's house, I'm like, go over there. Go over there.
You got to get them off.
Don't tell anybody, though. That's a secret.
Right. No. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No. Well, you do, but it's funny as hell, but don't tell anybody.
Brand new cartoon, Evian is French piss water, and then a woman saying, you Americans are barbarians. Well, Gene's not really an American, you see. I thought he was Russian.
He's not American.
I thought he was Russian. What are you telling me he's American for now, CSB?
Don't give me any ideas. Jesus Christ. And a French woman, so she clearly doesn't shave her underarms and takes a bath about once a week.
We should have added that too, Gene. CSB, you have to add the body hair for a French woman.
Oh, yeah, you can't have a French woman without body hair.
And if she's married to the president, you may need a penis. Just saying.
Oh.
Wow, you clipped there. That was
I totally clipped. I heard myself clip on that one, yeah.
That was a real laugh there.
That was a genuine, not the typical fake laugh that I would do, but that was a real laugh, yeah. That's funny.
CSB.lol. That's where the...
Good timing. Good timing.
That's where you'll find all of the latest works, including plenty about this show.
Texas,
God bless Texas with his own hands.
He sure did, because God has directed our governor to put our Democrats in prison, which is wonderful.
And you know how many of them came to Illinois?
All of them.
33.
Oh, really?
That was the story I saw.
There's 55 left, so 33 came to Illinois?
Yeah. I think someone may have went to Utah or something, but...
So here's the latest update on that. So we've got... They warrants for them have been issued by the Senate here in Texas already. The first day, that was Friday. Or Thursday, I think it was. Tuesday, whatever it was, earlier in the week. The governor has filed the paperwork to the courts to replace them, to vacate them from their spots in the Texas Senate.
Now, what could be legally done? Is that a permanent thing if they don't come back?
Yeah,
quick
if they're
enough?
vacated, they're vacated. That's it. It's the same process if somebody dies in office.
Interesting.
And the governor gets to replace that person. So you can guess which way that's going to go.
Yeah.
So the governor's already done that. The Texas Supreme Court already took up the case and said that the Democrats have until today at 3 p.m. to file before their ruling is made. So there should be a ruling either late today or Monday, early in the morning.
Well, here's the fun question. Do they have to come back into the state in order to file their...
They can file through their lawyers. That's fine. However, another change is they've all been notified that all direct deposits have been canceled. And if they'd like to get paid, they need to pick up their checks and sign for them.
Genius.
So they're not getting paid on that. The Republicans that are left here, that are in Texas, are saying, well, we've got extra time, so we're going to go back and we're going to redo the districting.
Oh, wow. They're getting even crazier.
So probably going to be a couple more Democrats are probably going to get wiped out completely with the redone districting. And then, what was it? There was one other thing besides that. Oh, and then we found out who paid for their private plane, who is now likely to get charged in Texas with a felony, and that is Pete Buttigieg.
Booty Judge.
Apparently, he's the guy that picked up the tab for the plane, and he is now going to be charged with illegal campaign donation fraud. And that opens it up, of course, through discovery to see where he got the money that he spent on them. And if that's not money that sat in his account for a long time, but money that recently came in there, more people are going to get dragnetted into this. I mean, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
A lot of this stuff is. It's all the lawfare that they tried to do against.
It's not stopping.
No. Well, because the shenanigans have to stop. And the funniest thing is the reason all these folks are upset, these Democrats, are, no, we have our schedule of every 10 years to gerrymander the states.
Yeah.
Why are you interrupting our gerrymandering with your gerrymandering?
Exactly. And the governor of Illinois.
Yeah, fat fuck Pritzker.
Sorry, not Illinois. The governor of Massachusetts, a state equally as bad, had said, well, Texas is doing this voter rigging. We can't let it stand. So Massachusetts is going to have to do our own gerrymandering, and we'll make sure that we'll send 2 less Republicans as a result of this to Congress. The only problem is Massachusetts has no Republicans to send. Every single one of their seats is held by a Democrat, even though 32% of the state voted for Trump.
What does that tell you about the whole system? Tells you about the system. And yeah, Fat Fuck Pritzker was on with Colbert, who is the biggest Trump hater out there.
Yeah.
Of all of them.
Pritzker, how many zip codes is that?
He takes up a few himself.
That's my point. Yeah.
But Colbert had the drawing of the way Illinois is districted, and he's just like, well, but okay, how is Texas different than this? And it's about timing. That's all it is. And Pritzker even made the joke when Colbert's like, well, how did Illinois come up with this? He's like, well, a few kids and some crayons did it. It's like, that's really what it looks like. But you're making a joke out of it, you fucking asshole. You're the guy in charge, so fuck you. Do your fucking job. The guy's the worst.
The difference is you don't realize who he works for, and that's the Democrat Party, not the voters.
Oh, yeah. He wants to fuck everybody in Illinois, which is why Illinois is just like California, just like New York. The amount of people that are leaving is exponentially higher than other states. And
I would think that's balanced out by the number of Texan legislatures going
in Illinois, right? They're coming this way. Like maybe they could just be in the Illinois legislature.
Well, I don't know that they can come back. I mean, their choice is if I don't come back, I don't get money coming in. If I do come back, I get arrested.
It's a catch-22.
I mean, they're fugitives from justice at this point.
I mean, I could just move 100 miles away or less and be in Indiana where things are so much better than Illinois.
Are they, though?
Yeah. It's still a relatively fiscally well-run state.
Just not Gary.
Right. Well, you don't want to be in Gary. But the rest of Indiana, pretty good. Yeah.
Out of all those states, I mean, Minnesota just went the way of the dodo. They've completely immolated themselves. Is Iowa still relatively conservative? I don't even know.
Iowa, I think, is starting to turn.
Okay.
It's getting a little bit more Libby crazy. But then again, a lot of the Libby crazy stuff is because people are stupid and have no idea what's going on around them, which is why once you understand how people vote, there was a poll done and a vast majority of people had no idea that the Russian collusion dossier was paid for by Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's just fact. That's it.
Well, and I can tell you historically in Minnesota, most of the reason that there was a liberal vote outside of the Twin Cities, outside of downtown areas, was squarely because of the corn subsidies. Like it was a complete, I'm getting this. My corn is worth 3 times more than it should be because I vote the right way.
Better a corn subsidy than a porn subsidy.
I don't know. Is it though?
Maybe not.
I think it's actually worse for us because what we ended up getting out of it is corn sweetener and everything and shittier gasoline that includes ethanol, which doesn't get as high a mileage. I mean, for people that were so concerned about getting high mileage cars, they were also the same people supporting ethanol in your fuel to fuck with your gas mileage.
Yeah, pretty much.
And ethanol makes you have to replace gaskets and other parts that are sensitive to ethanol with a much higher frequency. So, yeah, it's like the same shit that happened when there was a recall for the diesel engines of just about all the manufacturers. I dealt with that. My Grand Cherokee is a Jeep. So that was part of the recall. And they promised that the fix would actually do nothing. Nothing would change. They would just be realigned for better environmental crap coming out of your exhaust, right? Bullshit. What happened was they absolutely reduced the gas mileage by about 3 miles per gallon as a result of the recalibration.
Well, you're seeing that now with Washington, D.C., that they were cooking the crime numbers. Mm-hmm. And there are people being fired because it's like, well, we were urged by the higher folks to make the felonies into non-felonies. Mm-hmm. So it's all bullshit.
Total bullshit.
And I was just looking for the headline on CNN that I saw earlier. That was great. Now, there's a lot of talk about Donald Trump. They talked about it on No Agenda yesterday. oh, we're getting all this money from tariffs. We should send out a payment to every citizen for X amount of $1,000, whatever it is. And it makes sense. I mean, I agree with no agenda. What the best thing that you could do is, oh, this process will take a long time. The checks will go out next, September, October, with Donald Trump's picture on them, Donald Trump's signature on them. That was the no agenda take, which I am fully behind. That would probably be the best timing. But the article then on CNN was, why sending money to every American could be dangerous. Like, really? It's like, that's all the people that you support do. They buy votes. But I get it, why you think it's dangerous.
Well, I think it's stupid. I don't think it's dangerous. I do think it's stupid, though.
Oh, I agree. Pay down the fucking debt.
Yeah, well, yeah. Debt is one thing. The other thing is, how about we actually have a fucking fund that allows for the absolutely predictable normal variances that happen year to year. So even without making any changes, you will have certain things cost more than others. And rather than having last minute panic budgetary bills passing, just have a fund that basically squares out the balance. Okay, you're a little short this year, you're a little, long next year.
Little slush fund.
Yeah, it's a variance fund or a slush fund, you could say, I guess, but it's the idea being that here's what could very likely happen. This is, again, I'm not saying I have any insight into this, but statistically this happens all the time, is they're projecting this windfall that's going to be left over because the tariffs are bringing in additional money. Cool.
Huge. So good. So good.
Yeah. And then it turns out, like in October, that there's going to be a huge car shortage because some computer part that's made in China ends up no longer being made because with the tariffs, it's no longer profitable. And so you have a whole bunch of Fords that are sitting in not completed state in parking lots all over Michigan because they're missing this computer part that is a part required for the safe operation of the vehicles.
That we can only get in one place.
Yeah, well, that's usually how it works. And you've got now you've got a cost associated with this shit that no one expected, no one planned on. And if you already sent the checks out, now you're going to have a shitty fourth quarter. And it could erase all the gains that you saw up to that point. It's silly to be writing checks at the first sign that, looks like we actually did better than we thought.
It's all buying votes. We know it's all buying votes.
It is totally buying votes. You remember we started off, tie this back with my talking about the when I lived in Frisco, the co-op sending money for the next decade. There's a reason they didn't just write me a single check when I moved out of the city.
Yeah, it makes you their bitch.
It allows, it makes you their bitch. It allows them to flush out all the expenses that they're having without having to deal with asking you for money back after getting you money already. Like, is it going to be, what's it going to be like if you get money, a small amount of money back from the government, and then you realize that your taxes go up because now they're under and they need to recuperate and they're going to adjust tax rates in next February. Like, it's just silly. It's silly stuff.
It's like the Bobby Bonilla contract.
I don't know anything about it.
Back with the New York Mets. What year was this?
There you go. You lost me at New York.
It was baseball, baby. But this was already a story back in 2016, which is, it's July 1st. And we should be thinking about the 4th of July, but Bobby Bonilla, it's Bobby Bonilla Day, a man who last played 5,381 days ago on July 1st. Every July 1st through 2035, they pay him $1,193,248.20 because of a contract that he made to keep them under the salary cap. I forget what year it was. But it's basically like, okay, we'll pay you $1 million a year for the next 30 years.
Okay. Well, that's reasonable.
It's a similar concept. Like, well, okay, I'll just take it on a prorated, and just keep sending me money. It's good.
That way. Speaking of sports, what do you think? What do you think? Should we get more women's sports teams, like a women's baseball league, to give opportunity for more giant dongs to be thrown on the court?
I mean, if we're going to have female baseball, then we need to buy a female sex toy company because it's going to go through the roof.
Oh, I think this is going to be the new thing.
And Steve Brooklyn, 3333 says it's all bullshit. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Well, I can say that about anything. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that either.
The WNBA thing is hilarious.
We've had 3 of them now thrown out there. My comment on X was, did I miss when we switched from throwing a towel on the floor to throwing a dong on the floor in order to call a timeout?
Yes, it's totally new. So that would be more entertaining.
It's more people are tuning into those games than ever right now.
Oh no, the red team's dildo is on the floor. We have stoppage of play.
Yes, it looks like we're using the Horkscock 18XL model today.
Available on WNBA.com for a limited time in your favorite team colors.
Uh-huh. Oh my God, dude. If they were smart, they could make more money selling giant dildos in different team colors than they're making off the ticket sales.
Oh yeah. And the players already know 100%. They're not getting paid a lot.
Everybody would fucking order those things. It'd be a hilarious pet rock kind of thing.
And anybody knew that was a fan.
People buying sex toys that have never played with one in their lives.
Yeah, and don't plan to. They just want to put it on their shelf. They're going to think it's going to go up in value.
Exactly. Well, no, that would be you. Yes. Your family, you'd be buying all the sex toys and leaving them in wrapping to sell on eBay later.
You got to wait 40 years and then it's going to be worth big bucks. Let me tell you, brother.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But I think
how many pet rocks do you still have wrapped up in wrapping from the 80s?
Never had a pet rock. Did have some Michael Jordan cards. We still don't know where they came from. That was the beauty of those.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of baseball stuff that most of it didn't go up in value, to be fair. But I mean, back in the day when the flipping was the thing, we were on that quick with the Furbies and the Mickey Mouse beanie bags that were only available when they opened the store on Michigan Avenue. And if you could flip something, I'm all in on it. Because flipping is good. Although it's harder now with eBay and what they charge and how many scammers are on the other end. It seems
like they're really fucking you over nowadays, aren't they?
Yeah, the amount keeps going up and up and up. So it's like I know it's hard once you're the first person in the game, and eBay was, because even Yahoo, who was huge at the time, kids, if you don't remember this, Yahoo tried to take them on with Yahoo auctions, and that lasted a few years, and they just closed down. And Yahoo auctions, they weren't, I don't even think they were taking money. I don't think it was just like a free thing, and that maybe is why.
I like the auction.com. I use those guys quite a bit.
Not really tried them much. They sell
I don't think
anything?
They exist anymore. They used to back. This is like in the late 90s.
They probably disappeared.
They were like eBay, but what they were focused on was moving multiple quantities of stuff. So where eBay, certainly in the early days, not so much these days, but in the early days, it was all about you have one pair of Jordan sneakers you're going to put up for sale. And auction.com was like for people that had 5 pairs or 10 pairs. And so the way it would work is they would do a reverse, a reverse Dutch auction.
Oh, yeah. So the lowest price out of the 5.
Lowest price of the highest 5 wins.
Right.
For everybody. Yeah.
It was very weird the way some of that stuff was.
It's gamification. It basically says you still have to be in the top 5 bidders. But the lower the bid is, the cheaper it'll be for everybody.
Is auction.com the one now that runs the television ads?
Spreads.
Right, because there's one of these that still exists in the television ads.
It's probably owned by a different company now. But I remember this from the late 90s. That's when I was doing it.
Well, yeah, the commercials now are like, hey, I got this $4,000 camera for $3. And their scam is every bid raises the price by a penny or something like that. But every time somebody bids, there's like $1 fee. So they're making the money because
so you're covering the increase in price.
They're making right. So the person that
weird.
Everybody that bids is paying the money in towards.
Oh, dude, that's an interesting idea. So okay, I could work with this. So let's say, you have 5 items to sell, or you could even do it with 1 item. Let's say it's 1 item. Let's just make it super simple. And the price is starting at $1,000. And so you can have an unlimited number of people do a bid for the $1,000. But if you want to bid higher, your card gets charged the difference between 1,000 and your higher bid immediately.
Yeah, so it's not refundable.
No. It has to be refundable. You can't do it for an auction format otherwise. But it's refundable. However, that money is now locked up. It's locked up until the end of the bidding, and at which point either it's going to get refunded or it's going to get taken out of your account. Right? So it's it's something that has an immediate cost to you, so that you're only going to have serious bidders doing it. And it's going to prevent doing the nickel and diming at the end of the bid bullshit.
It is a total scam.
Well, auctions are usually a scam.
Yes. And I don't remember the name of the one that I'm remembering. There were a few of them. Quibids was one of them. Weirdo talking about that one. Maybe they're gone because maybe that they've realized it is not really an auction, and having people come in and like, well, we're going to raise it a penny every time, but every bid's going to cost you a service fee.
Mm-hmm.
So really you sit there and everybody thinks, oh, maybe nobody else will bid after me. So of course I'm going to bid $1 on this $8 million item because nobody else is going to bid.
Right.
And then the price is always so cheap.
Yeah.
Why would anybody ever stop until you get actually close to the amount?
Well, exactly. I mean, that's always the strategy. Every time I've sold like firearms or anything big, I always list the price as $1.
Yes.
And the benefit of doing that, and again, it doesn't really matter what the item is. It just has to be like the real cost should be over 1,000. And by doing it at $1, what you're doing is getting a bunch of people invested in watching it.
Yes.
If I list it at $800 and it's worth 1,000, people are like, whatever.
I've tried these.
$1, the same kind of deal, but people will go, well, I wonder where it's going to go. Here, I'll bid like $5. I know that I'm not going to win, so I'm not worried about $5, but I'll start watching it. And then as the price goes up, then it's like, 3 days left. It's still only at 500. Shit. Okay. I'm going to bump my bid up to like 560. Maybe I can sneak in and nobody notices this thing. And then so you get way more action as a result of starting at $1 than you do starting at, let's say, 20% discount.
It all depends what your risk aversion is. I've tried both of these. And starting at $1 or a penny can be very good if the item, you know it's going to sell and you know it's popular enough that you'll have multiple bidders.
Yeah.
Now, if it's something more obscure, you have to be very careful. But the thing that I found is on the other side of that, which is the eBay thing that I've gone to, but it makes your stuff sit there forever, is set a higher price than you want.
Yeah.
And offer
the offer.
Yeah. Wait for the offers, but offers are nowhere near as plentiful as they used to be. And I think a lot of this is because the new world order, millennials, younger people don't want to cause any kind of, I mean, this was even with some work we had done. The contractor gave us the invoice and the wife's like, how do you want to pay this? PayPal or check? I'm like, did you ask about a cash discount? No. Like, well, just ask. And it went down from like $780 to $650. It's like, there you go.
Really?
Like, you have to ask cash. I mean, if will they take cash? Because then good. It's just on the side, whatever they're doing. Not saying anybody's doing anything illegal. But a cash discount, you're not paying fees, you're not paying bank fees, you're not paying credit card fees. You always have to ask.
But it's a hassle because somebody has to take it into the bank then.
Well, not if you're just putting it in your pocket, buddy. And then you're going to Fogo de Chao and saying, give me a good steak. Give me all your steak. Give me a nice drink, a big bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with the hospital bills. I remind people of that all the time, that if you got a big hospital bill, call and ask.
Or just don't pay.
Right. Well, you could do that as well. But when I had the year of the multiple surgeries.
Yes.
And the funds.
You must have run into your maximum allowance number then.
We did, but the insurance that we had then, this was when the wife was not working at the government.
Yeah.
So I think our out of pocket was like $10,000.
Yeah.
The bill for
$8,000 right now.
The bill at the hospital was, I think, about $6,800 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I called up, went through the thing, and they're like, we can give you 5% off. And I'm like, really? That's not enough. They're like, well, you could fill out this paperwork. So we filled out the paperwork, and like a month or two later, got a letter from the hospital that said, hey, we've decided to just wipe your bill clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
You owe $0.
Yeah.
So if you have money sitting in a bank account somewhere, they're not going to do that. I'm sure they do a credit check.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
But if you are on...
Pays to have bad credit.
Yes. Having bad credit can get you much better hospital bills.
There's a video of a California guy that had, I can't remember what the process was, but something with his kid, went to the doctor. And so he got a bill. So he's calling the insurance company, or no, he's calling not the insurance company. He's calling the medical office where he got the procedure done. And so he says, yeah, so I went in there, and at the end of the thing, I had a bill from you guys for let's say $1,000. It might have been less than that, but let's say I had a bill for him $1,000, and now after I got home, I sent you the insurance information. So it's probably some kind of emergency thing. He went into the emergency room, didn't have his card, so he got a bill for $1,000. Then he went home, provided the insurance info, and got a revised bill for $2,000. And he's like, so how did I get a bill with insurance that is higher than the bill without insurance? And I say, well, there's a law in California that says for people that are unable or for people that don't have insurance, there's a fund that will pay out, but as part of that, they'll restrict the payment to some certain percentage. So essentially, as an uninsured person, your cost for this medical procedure was $1,000. But that only applies if you don't have insurance. Since you've provided insurance, you clearly have insurance, so that law doesn't come into play. We ran the insurance, and you're within your deductible, so your current bill is $2,100. And the guy's like, "Well, okay, so can I cancel my insurance and get $1,000 discount from you?"
No.
And the guy says, well, you could, but you'd have to cancel it retroactively, which most insurance companies won't let you do.
Right.
So you could cancel your insurance and then have another emergency procedure done and then be uninsured when you do that. But for the one that we did for you then, you were insured at that time. So your bill is $2,100.
Nice.
And the guy was just like, I mean, you're telling me because I'm a decent person who is insured and pays my bills, I am now on the hook for more than twice as much money paying my medical bill as I would have been had I just simply said, no, don't have insurance. It's, don't know if I'm ever going to pay. I'm just not responsible at all.
Just goes to prove honesty is the best policy, but insanity is the best defense.
And the guy on the phone's like, well, unfortunately, that's just the way the law is passed. So the discount offered to uninsured people can make it be significantly cheaper than what a person with insurance would pay.
You just got to know the game. You got to know the system. When we were in, I think it was the last time we were in Disney World at the Grand Floridian, the crown jewel of Walt Disney World at the time was dirt cheap, man. I know we did a week there for $3,000.
And did you spend most of the week at the Lego store?
No, the wife wasn't into Lego then. It was so much more glorious.
Oh my God. Even I've been to that Lego store.
I mean, we went and walked through it, but didn't actually want to buy anything, which is good.
Okay.
But I got food poisoning pretty sure at the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, Mexican food, can't trust it.
In Epcot, it was, because I love me some chorizo, but chorizo, and I had one time ordering
raw pork sausage.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And that was the woman that ran the little burrito place here that I used to go into, and I would order chorizo. It was always going to take longer because, which I understand, because otherwise you're going to die.
Yeah, yeah.
And
raw pork sausage.
That night after we had that dinner, it started with the chills and a really sharp pain in my left shoulder.
That sounds serious, dude.
It was. Because I'm like, having heart issues before, it's like, I think we need to call somebody. So, I mean, that was the beauty of the calling 911. Bada boom, bada bing, a couple of paramedics show up in the room, I think they may have even done a quick little EKG, the portable things. And they're like, no, it's not the heart. Probably, again, the food poisoning, something like that. Got some, Maalox or something like that, and they went on their way. Never asked for an insurance card, never got a bill. So God bless, I guess, Disney for taking care of. This was before they were liberal.
God bless Disney for avoiding a lawsuit. Yes.
Yes. It's like we're going to send the EMTs on up when let's not talk about the food poisoning part.
Yeah. Well, you had Disney doctors, so they weren't real doctors.
They were Disney EMTs. They were just cast members dressed.
They were
like EMTs.
Because as everybody knows, if you employ non-actors, then you have to pay for overtime and benefits and everything else. But actors are a carve out. And so you can have actors working 10-hour days all week long at a flat fixed rate, which is what Disney does with every person that works there.
You're a cast member.
Including janitorial staff.
Yeah, get on here. You are just part of this big stage that we call Disney World.
Exactly.
Long before it was a liberal cesspool. A lot of people don't know Walt Disney was actually a conservative guy.
Well, extremely so. He's best buds with Hitler.
Well,
pals with him. Well-known fact. They corresponded, and they both enjoyed each other's accomplishments.
Gene's writing a
book. I want to wrap this up by speaking of Disney, saying, "Hey, did you see that Gina Carano?
Yeah, got some money out of the big bad mouse.
Technically speaking, she didn't win. They came to an understanding.
They settled.
It was a settlement, but a settlement means she got enough. She got enough of what she wanted." And Disney, of course, got what they wanted, which is not admitting any fault.
Well, I think the next thing Disney's going to do is tell Joy Behar to go pound salt. She will be off The View.
I thought they already took The View off the air.
They're on hiatus, which means they're probably going to do.
They're never coming back.
It'll come back because it was making enough money, but I think it'll come back with a restructured lineup. At least I don't think it's going to totally go away. I think you'll have Whoopi. Maybe one of the other girls that was still there, but they're going to balance this out like they used to. Because The View, if I'm not mistaken, actually had one or two conservatives on part of
they had Barbara Walters as the original. I mean, I think it was actually her creation.
Yes.
It was the creation of Barbara Walters. So,
and although she was liberal, she was able to understand the game that was being played.
She was old school liberal. She wasn't not a crazy ass liberal the way the liberals are today. She was a liberal from a time when liberals argued for things like, free speech.
Right. And not, O'Reilly has pointed this out multiple times, being an author, that it's impossible to get on the liberal show. CBS, he's like, impossible. Jane Pauley, I guess, runs that now. And he's like, I emailed her, didn't get a response. It's like they just don't want to give any voice to people that think differently than them. And that's just sad.
Who cares? Their audience is 5 people.
True. And it may be less soon.
your average video gaming stream has a bigger audience than these guys.
Hey, Gene, we got 6 people listening right now.